Hola, what's up? Welcome back to the tech tutorial. And in this tutorial, we're looking forward to installing Flutter in your machine so you can start developing stunning UIs. Uh, Flutter is an open source software UI development toolkit that was developed by Google, and it is used to build natively compiled applications for mobile, web, and desktop from a single code base. So Flutter uses the Dart programming language, of which we'll talk about later in this course. Some of the reasons why I use Flutter is because of its advantages, such as the cross multi-platform compatibility, which means that it can be used in different and multiple devices. The second reason why I use Flutter is because of its extensive widget library. Some of the widgets we'll talk about, such as scaffold, app bar, button navigation. There's the hot reload feature, which enables faster development of applications, especially when you're developing as a team. Then the fourth and the last option why I do use Flutter, and why I do recognize, or I would advise anybody to use Flutter, is it has a larger community, which means that if you get stuck with maybe a particular problem, you can always get source from the large community that Flutter has developed. So to start installing Flutter, let's get back to the computers and start the installation. So the first step that we have to do to install Flutter is we have to open the browser and visit the official flutter.dev website. So you can use any browser, Google Chrome or Microsoft Edge. For me personally, I do use Google Chrome. So we'll jump into Google Chrome and then type in flutter.dev. So then we'll come to the get started section. Then we'll have to choose the operating system that we use. So for me, I use Linux, but it's also supported in macOS, Windows, or Chrome OS. So you then choose your operating system. So I choose Linux because the operating system that I use. Then if you scroll down, there's thing that we have to do in this section. We have to check on these particular files if they're installed in our machine already. So to do that, I'll have to open up the terminal. So Control Alt T. I'll bring up the terminal. Then the first item that we have to install is the bash. So we'll check which bash. Then you should see something like this. If you type in which bash, then you'll go to that means that it's already installed in your machine. Then you go to the second one, so it's there. Then so the most three important items that you should have is the git, curl, and bash. So if you don't get an output like this, I'll show you how to install. So just type sudo apt install git, then press enter. Let me just provide my then mine is already installed, so I'm seeing something like this. But if yours is not installed, then you should follow this step. You should do the steps for all of these. But the most important things is just the bash, curl, and git. That's it. So let me minimize the terminal for now. Then we have to install the Flutter SDK. So there is two methods that you can actually install this. You can actually install the Flutter from the terminal by running this particular command straight away, and then it will install Flutter. But this one usually does have some problems if you're running like huge applications when you need multi-deck support, of which we'll talk about later in this course. But I prefer the manual installation, which will have to install this tar file. So after you have just click on it, the tarball file, then it will start the installation process. So I'll have to speed up the video for it to install a little bit faster. So after it's finished up with the installation process, you can show this in folder. Then you should see something like this. So we'll need to extract this particular table file. So just right click it, then you can choose to extract to another folder of your liking, if you just for good organizability, but I'll just extract it here. So after extracting the file, you'll see a Flutter file like this. So we'll need to go into that particular file. So when you double click it, then we need to go to the bin section. There's a folder that is named bin. Then just a minute, we need to open this with the terminal. So uh, we'll need to open that file in terminal. Then we have to type pwd to give us the path to this particular folder. So we need to copy that. So Control Shift C to copy the file in our terminal. Then we'll have to go to we'll have to go and open up our bash RC file and paste the particular path that we just copied into that particular file. So I'll open up, let me bring up the terminal once more. So in the terminal, I just open another tab. So type cd just to, remove the particular path that we're in. Then I will type bash rc, then type enter. So this one will bring up our bash rc file. Then we need to copy, we need to come back to our browser. Just a minute, let me close it. Can just close the window for now. Then we need to copy this toolpath. So copy this. Then we need to paste that particular directory. Let me bring up the terminal once more. So at the bottom, you need to copy that, and then in the pw section, we'll have to copy the link of the path to our bin folder that we created earlier. So can just do that once more. So let me just go back to the bin section, open in terminal, open it in the terminal, then type pwd. Just the same process, but I'm just repeating it for better understandability. So control, we need to copy that and then paste it in this particular section. Then we need to save our file. So just hit Control S and then we're done. So when we open up the terminal and type with Flutter, you should see the path. When you open up the terminal and type with Flutter, you should be able to see this path. So this means that you've successfully installed Flutter in your machine, and we can try that out in the Visual Studio Code to run some commands. So let me bring up the Visual Studio Code. Let me just create another folder, new folder. So for you to start your first Flutter project, let me just trust for you to start typing your first Flutter project, you'll have to bring up the command palette. So Control Shift P, press Control Shift P, then you'll see this particular option. So we'll Flutter new project and then an application. Then it will ask us where we want to install. So we'll have to select our folder Flutter 101, then select the folder, then can give it a name, press enter, then give it time. It will create the whole template for your Flutter, and we'll have successfully installed Flutter in our machine. So that's it, guys, for this particular tutorial, and I hope you got some help, and we'll be seeing you in the next video. I'll be uploading soon on getting started with the Flutter development, and we'll be creating stunning UIs. So I hope you follow this channel, and please don't forget to subscribe and follow me at Code with Ian. Adios.